I can do it.
Okay.
Let me pull up my notes here. We the right page. We finished off our fight against the mouth dude and the finger dude.
What?
You're welcome for that.
Uh-huh.
The guy with the big long fleshy claw
Yeah.
hands and the dude with the mouth.
Yeah, checks out. No.
Oh
Um,
my god.
let's see. We dug a nest.
I feel like Cody's sitting there thinking to himself, my work here is done.
I'm so proud of you.
Right. Yeah.
I'm so proud.
Let's see. We dug a nest. Everybody took a short rest except Torik, who the damn tower keeps shifting around when I try to watch it. Whatever happened, whoever did this, great defensive move. We ended up having to back into the tower so that they didn't keep running away. Found a bunch of giant eyeball dudes who were chewing on a bunch of dead drow. We later learned that this was Professor somebody. Did I get the name when Oro said it? I did not. It doesn't matter because the professor is dead, along with all of the eyes and the two. Well, one of the two flame skulls. The other got chucked out a window. No, they both got out the window. One flew out the window. One chucked himself. Got chucked out the window.
Yeah.
Oro thinks that it is 1483, so she came here like 300 years ago and has no concept of time. And we tried to make our way up through the tower. We passed through a botany lab where Oz was aged 11 years.
Got to go get myself some
then-
New Balance sneakers.
Yep. All right. Let's not say things we can't take back here. Oro says the tower knows we're here and is trying to kill us because we're not supposed to be here. So after we made it past the plants, we found a room with the conductor, a clay golem who keeps instruments and music magic, trying to keep his music, or trying to keep that style of magic rather, from being lost. Got along great with Oz. Led us through, and we were in some sort of library where we found a bunch of drow and hobgoblins. Well, a drow and a bunch of hobgoblins. The drow is apparently Zach Nathan, who is after the heart of the Dracula, whose name I definitely have written down on another page, unfortunately.
Do you want me to give it to you?
Nope, I got this. I got this. Although you could if you want to save time.
I don't care. I'll let you have this victory.
Moldrim. Moldrim is the dragon. Needs to be put
Yes.
to rest. She is apparently being kept as some sort of trophy. According to Oro, she is like frozen in place. Flunkies won't say why Zach Nathan actually wants the heart, possibly to free. Oh, I actually have Moldrim on the notes right. We ended up getting a piece of paper that had a bunch of passwords on it, and in true Spaceballs fashion, the password was password, which took us into a locker room where a tiny imp with a magic wand shot Mel before Haza killed it. We kept the wand, went down the laundry chute, and ended up upstairs. We all still smell like something acrid. Something about the place here, the defenses here. Not sure what that's about. Makvik is some sort of goblin hybrid. He pointed us to the chapel. They're not a student. They've just been trapped in here for some time. Has a journal of his work on some sort of disease that Inks became very interested in. And I believe she still has his journal.
Mm-hmm.
And Makvik is now coming along with us as we make our way to the chapel.
Yeah. So you are leaving the alchemy classroom, and are passing into the next room, which is in fact a chapel. It is gray walled and stone, and plastered. There is a small, very small stained glass window that appears to be letting in sunlight onto a pulpit, um, with a closed tome sitting upon it, and in front of the pulpit sits a candle that rests upon a sculpture of an eye with a triangular pupil. Yeah, that is the room that you enter.
What the fuck did I break on their turn?
Oh,
Hey! Perfect
hello!
timing.
Oh, hi.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, wait.
I can't really hear you, I'm sorry.
Oh, I said awake.
Okay, alright. We just started. So yeah, you have this empty chamber, this empty chapel ahead of you. Proceed as you. We still are in the ephemeral room space, not anything dedicated yet. I'm assuming you enter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It is incredibly quiet here, except for the what feels like the echoing steps of each of you, armor and equipment, not subtle, and it feels deeply magnified in this chamber. Mel, this makes you feel homesick. You are greeted by an older gentleman, an elf who appears to be um, aged even for his kind, um, in very old robes that kind of give off a soft mildewy odor, as he steps into the light from the window, and he says, "We have more guests today, and what has brought you all this way?"
First set of guests. We're chasing him. You can just point us that way. We can get him out of your school.
I could offer you some assistance if you wouldn't mind helping me some.
What is it you need?
Well, this is a chapel to Denier. We here catalog things of the greatest and the smallest of importance, and no one may pass through here without offering some knowledge.
Huh. Oh, I mean, I think I have something right up your alley. She sort of just pulls the big book that she carries around.
Careful. Careful, Mel.
Oh, I'm not going to give it to him.
He may not think that. Or he may not realize that. And
What?
Torek immediately looks over at Hyacinth. They're real tricky.
What kind of information exactly? For knowledge?
Our preference is something that is not yet known or written. Although it is not taken from you, it is shared so that it might be shared again.
Mhm.
How do we know if something isn't known?
In that order, often it is a private sentiment that is shared within these walls in order to ensure such.
Huh. Okay, so you're okay with personal information as long as it is only known by us in theory.
Yes, yes,
That's the parameters, essentially.
correct.
Give them your
Okay.
secrets so they can use them against you later.
I mean, it depends on if the secrets can hurt you all that bad, I suppose.
Hey,
If it
hold on.
doesn't hurt you,
Who's
then it
this?
doesn't need to be a secret, does it?
Who's this shrine built for, Max?
Denier, would you like to roll me a religion check?
I would absolutely like to roll me a religion check
I
because
would
that
sure love to also. If
And
don't.
you
That-
actually, Mel specifically, you will have advantage. Shoes, yep, shoes.
a 23.
Torek, you can also roll if you would like.
I gotta expect-
All right. Mel, you have advantage because even though this god is not in direct, should we say, conversation with your own, the two share a fanaticism of a very unique type. Denier is the first scribe, and is the document management of the pantheon. He serves under many other gods, but he is the scribe, the chronicler, um, and and to that end, author of the world. Torek, you also have this information. It's just a little bit closer to Mel that it'd be, related information. Technically, in a fashion of what would be considered higher authority than the Scriveners, but way less dreary as well.
Mhm.
Slightly more palatable.
Normie.
But to that end, lawful neutral and all that.
Yeah. I'm going to turn and say, well, it doesn't seem, well, based on, I guess, who this is all dedicated to, it doesn't seem like we're in any danger of having these things come back to bite us.
To clarify one other point, is this something we have are we to have never told this to someone before? Or is it simply sufficient that it is novel to you and your
Suf-
order?
Sufficient that it would be new to the scribes and preferably unwritten before, but ultimately we understand most private sentiments are hidden somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my name is Oscaron von Jar. As of this day and date, I don't like this tower and I don't like this university. Write that down.
The book opens of its own accord, and the light from the candle jumps down onto the page and begins dancing across it, and its soot and scorch across the page leave a trail of letters that you can kind of see upside down, basically quoting you exactly, along with the time and day.
Now, may we pass?
You may pass.
Well, I have many more opinions I could share if it would mean the passage of the rest of my friends.
It would be entirely without the spirit of sharing within this temple.
I am Hyacinth. I am a member of the Green Court of the Feywilds. I have ventured from the home of mine after many years to seek out a lost artifact called the Dreamwood.
Huh.
I am a ward in an order that is set to protect various artifacts that, when brought together, could be immensely powerful, and one has been stolen.
The light once again dances over the page and finishes with a flourish, returns to the candle.
Easy peasy.
Fuck. Yeah, at this point, Belle just sort of looks down, like, afraid. Like, nudges Haza.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to formulate it. Just Torek.
I've told you I only don't have secrets.
Okay. What
My name
about
is Torek, and I have no secrets. I am
That
an
is
open
written.
book.
Fuck? Okay.
My name is Inks Riz. I have a sister who abandoned our family at a young age, and to this day I still have no idea where she is.
Okay. You want me to go next, Mel, or you got it?
She shakes her head and just sort of nods towards the priest.
Yeah. So my name is Hazelin. The closest thing I ever had to parents were humans named Benram and Lucille. It was only recently that I forgave them.
This gets penned. Or burned, rather.
Question. Right. About this. So it's knowledge that hasn't been shared with a divine, correct? Because basically my whole entire existence has already been documented.
He nods knowingly and says, "You may share a secret of Jurgle if it would make it easier. A secret of Jurgles, I should say." Like, he's making it very clear that you don't have to share your own. He's not even specifying secret, but like, yeah.
He's a mutters cheater.
she she sort of untenses and just approaches him and like flips to a page and shows him and says, this one, that one was an accounting error that was fixed by me personally. You'll see time of death, recorded date, all of that, all documented for you. I don't need to dictate that, right?
He shakes his head, and the flame copies the notes verbatim.
She closes the book and skips back to the rest.
Matt,
That me you showed him? Mel?
Huh? Oh, yes.
What I thought. That's neat.
Mac kind of shuffles awkwardly and then goes to the priest and mutters something to him.
We should have thought of that, honestly. Yeah, that one's our bad. We could have just fucking whispered it.
Well, now we know the name of the artifact that Hyacinth is looking for, so we can actually help now.
Ostensibly.
You also could have just told him how you felt about the color of the floor in here. That's it.
Okay. In my
In-
defense, I was trying to earnestly engage with the material, and it felt like that was a dodge.
I feel the same way.
In respect for those who have shared adequately, he steps to the pulpit and from underneath retrieves a few items, some glass vials some glass vials and then a small leather satchel, and then he offers them out to you. Glass vials contain what appears to be just clear crystalline water.
Is it rude to ask what they are before we accept them?
This
Just say
is
thank you first.
this is blessed water that has has versatile utility, and many others find it useful. And then this may be used to bring someone back from the grave who has been resting for some time. And he sets both down.
Oh.
And the satchel lands with like a thud.
Mel is gonna scoop that up.
That's such a good idea, Mel.
Awfully generous a reward for what? Couple new bits of.
This is how highly Denier prizes information and the generosity of secret sharing.
I mean, it tracks. This sort of information is pretty valuable.
It is valuable because it was seeded with value by those who spoke it. If you'll follow me. Walking into one of the dark corners of the room where you can now see a door.
Hey Mel, also, that bag of dead fixing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay with using that, or?
She smiles and says, I think I'm the only one qualified.
Huh. Fair enough. Yeah, okay, sure.
Do you look into the satchel?
I will take a little peek.
Okay. I'm not trying to
curious.
trap you. I'm just
No,
letting
I know. Let's take a little peek.
This is a larger stone, a diamond, that I'm going to say you would have the knowledge to understand is of higher value than just a what's the word?
Like a revivify diamond.
Revivify diamond. This is closer to like the value and size of a raised dead diamond. And the reason I'm specifying this is because it is worth more, but you cannot cut it up for 100 golds, like 200 golds worth of diamond other stuff. So if you use it for revivify, you are losing some value. Just being very clear about that.
Yes.
And then 2 flasks of holy water.
Great.
All right, do you all leave this chapel?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Orpheus, the priest, leads you to a door that he informs you is to the extended library of the hidden chapel. And indeed, when he does so, the door opens and you see in front of you a round, red carpeted room that walls appear to be rather what's the word? Not unmarked. There are tapestries that hang upon this wall, but there are no bookshelves anywhere. But when you step into the room, you see ahead of you a vast pit that is carved downwards with rows and rows and rows of spiraling downwards bookshelves. And I have a map for this. And shift. Do. There you go. Y'all see?
Hmm.
Right. And around this room, Bob's tiny little floating white lights.
I'm still showing in the other room. I'll refresh.
Hold on. I have
It's
you
broken.
guys set up on 2 different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Scroll down. Go down.
Bottom left.
There you go.
basically.
See.
There we go.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah. So you have tapestries that are on the walls that mark very peculiar battles. There's some that seem to be quite old, and the tapestry is so filthy that it is hard to make out. But then you begin to see images of like orc sieges, and then you see depictions of like a city being flattened by a large plinth of stone, that is then stacked upon like a tower, um, and like ghoulish imageries of ghosts and specters crawling through the cracks of that plinth, and surfacing onto the new street levels. Um, you see as well like an island with the host tower depicted, um, uh, battles and decay and like desolated wasteland. Um, and that's as far as you see from where you are, as well as again uh, this pit of knowledge in front of you. Oh, there's also I forgot about this. A tipped over grandfather clock that is in pieces, and like picking through the pieces is like a very large orangutan.
Yes,
Huh?
world.
Uh.
One of the little white lights bobs in your direction, Hyacinth, and sort of flutters in your face, very bright, and then
Oh.
dives down into the pit. And you see just the light of it dim as it falls downward.
Guys, I'm really tempted to jump in the pit right now. I need one of you to tell me not to.
Don't.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
No, don't. Stop. I will cast light on a silver piece and just flip it into the pit.
As it falls, you see it turn and illuminate the tunnel as it heads as it goes down and down and down and down. And you don't hear it clatter to the ground, but you see it stop.
You have to
Guy-
fall that far and live.
I think we're supposed to jump. That's what the little light told me.
Okay.
I feel like following little lights only leads to danger. right?
That's certainly sometimes true. Yeah.
If you'd like, there's stairs, or we can jump down the very deep hole. Now, granted, there is a
mean-
bottom. So
I mean, I prepared for falling and not dying from falling.
we could also ask
True.
that
Yeah,
I
what
point to
is
the
it?
orangutan.
Mel looks at Torek like, what?
Can
I don't
you
know.
understand
Surely
me,
one of
friend?
you can speak.
As you've begun discussing the creature, it turns around and sort of drops its shoulders to look at all of you. Can I help you?
Holy shit.
You're being rude.
What is your name? And we'll just start there.
Um, I am Dr. Restwell.
Rest well.
Are you here to observe the archive?
We're actually
No.
hunting the other newcomer that probably, hopefully, would have come through here. Tall guy, purplish, bluish skin, white hair. I didn't get a good look at him. I'm just describing a generic drow.
Yeah.
We've had
Also looking for the heart of your Dracolic.
oh,
He is.
Gotcha.
We're chasing him.
Yeah, we'd prefer he didn't.
well, it is interesting. You may proceed if you would like, but getting past the door is difficult. And you don't see a door, actually. You just see a round room and tapestries. He offered me a very good trade for the key, but it would be a bargain you would have to meet in order to also receive it. He begins pawing back through the
What
destroyed grandfather clock.
what happened to the clock?
It fell, as things do.
What are you looking for in its remains?
Anything that I like. You may also look if you would.
Clock holds other things than clock parts.
And clock parts themselves are very interesting, are they not? He lifts up like the pendulum with its bent arm and tosses it aside and then continues digging.
If we're gonna trade and have to beat the other guy's offer, can you tell us what he gave you? Just so we have something to compare to. Make sure we're not wasting your time.
Why don't you roll me a persuasion check?
Oh.
I saw that coming. He lifts up a pair of scissors, very fine, delicate scissors that look quite beautiful in the floating mist light, and snips them once or twice before setting them back on within arm's reach.
Anybody beat a pair of scissors?
Are you just bargaining for like odds and ends into here, or what are we dealing in?
Anything that I find to be of my own value. Another light floats past your eyes, Mel, and then drops into the library pit.
Can I try and like, are they corporeal? I'm gonna try and catch one.
Sure. Why don't you make me a grapple check?
Oh, what would that be?
That would be an athletics check.
Ah, athletics. Very great at this. Catch the
Holy
hell out of that
shit.
Elliot.
You grab out at it, and it holds no corporeal form, but it freezes within your grasp. And as it is within your hand, you feel an electric pulse that just beats through your fingers and up to your elbow, and it has a tangible force behind it. As it then like mists through your hand and then down into the well.
Huh. All right. Man, I'm sad of not playing an artificer, so you can try and bottle one of these bad boys. Anybody got anything?
I don't own anything valuable, no.
You know, Dr. Restwell, I understand that the other individual made you an offer for that key, but I think if you take one look at me, you'll know that I have dedicated my life to knowledge and the acquisition of that knowledge and the fair and equitable distribution of that knowledge. A discerning eye like yours will be able to tell that I'm an individual that you can trust with full access to this library.
Access to the library. You may access the library, yes. And he gestures with his hand outstretched to the pit.
And the key that you spoke of?
Key takes you from the library.
And
Sorry about that misunderstanding.
it was worth a shot.
And yeah.
Where's the door?
In the tapestry. He looks over at the far. I say the far end, and I only say that because you guys came from one side, but this direction, towards just more tapestry, which I think from where you sit, you actually can't see that wall. Control L. Yeah, no, you can't quite see that far.
Well, if no one has anything else, and we need that key, how about this? I've had it with me for some time since I traveled back home from Candlekeep, and I will take the shield off of my left arm and sort of rest it on the ground and rest my arm on top of it. Surely it's more versatile than a simple pair of shears, no matter how well made.
He looks at you, and from behind the fallen grandfather clock procures a pair of spectacles. He rests upon his nose. And then begins walking towards the pit. He drops into it, catching himself on the shelves, and then clambers his way across the pit via the shelves towards you, climbing up to inspect the shield. And as he does so, looking through his glasses, he says to you, "It is somewhat presumptuous to assume they are just a simple pair of shears. However, could you roll me a persuasion check?"
Nice.
This article and its history intrigue me. He hands you the key.
I hand him my shield.
All right. Haza, another light passes in front of your face and then dives into the well.
I know we're in a bit of a rush, but I have to say I'm fairly curious to learn what I can here. I don't know what information is below us, but it could be valuable.
Will you promise to get me some good books while you're down there?
Well, I don't know if this library lets you rent or check out books.
Well, let's say we find out. And I will pull out the lyre, and I cast fly on Hyacinth.
Oh, wonderful. I
Good
will.
to have an exit strategy.
Yeah, I'm not much of a climber, but I might have been able to teleport my way out. But that's wonderful. I will fly down and start looking through the book, see if I can make sense of the organizational system and see if there's anything that stands out.
As you are drifting down, you still see the light from Toric's coin glittering on something wet at the base of the tunnel. You do see several interesting books. You see a book on extraordinary and interplanetary botany. You see a book that lists that is just a listicle of every valuable spell component, like jeweled component, and then the recipes and directions for crafting specialty items as well, weird chests or figurines that would be required for certain spells. There is small short histories that seem to be personal histories of specific individuals that primarily from this region, but you see a lot that could feasibly be, I mean, you're not familiar with this plane, but written in different languages. Uh, there, yeah, yeah. Are you looking? Would you like to look for something specific?
Um, I think the only vague interest I have is if there's anything that relates to any of the artifacts that I'm familiar with, but I I go into that believing that no, there better not be, but still an interest to it.
Sure.
But I don't have anything particular. I'll kind of try to
No,
shout
no.
back up. There's botany, there's spell components, histories. What are you in the mood for there, Oz?
Histories or spell components both sound interesting.
As you are drifting downward, could you make me an investigation check, Hyacinth?
Indeed. Oh. Do. Oh, that's not great.
All right. You do not find anything that would make you think that it is about the artifacts. And while you are grabbing this book that stood out to you and pulling it from its shelf, you hear from below you someone say, 2 down and 43 to your left is a tome about electric lizard creatures, which I have found quite interesting.
Oh, I mean, I would love to, dive into it, but I think we're kind of in a rush, and it's possible to check something out, maybe on I'll return it to you next time I'm through kind of way.
You hear a voice right behind your head say, "You have time now."
Well, I mean, I am all for, taking time whenever there's time, but a few of my companions might not be so happy if I don't hurry back. We're kind of in the middle of a chase.
You feel from behind you a body close that extends its arms around you, one to your forehead and the other to over your mouth. You see like manicured, uh, gray or deep gray skinned hands, um, warm to the touch, and just this acrid stench like overpowering you as it touches your face. Could you make me a wisdom saving throw? Ooh.
Mhm.
I don't
Okay.
like that sound, Max.
Mhm.
It's not a good sound.
It wasn't a very good roll. um, as these fingertips touch your face, you feel a spark through your skin and skull and deep into your brain. Take 20 points of psychic damage, um, as you suddenly feel very quickly the a flickering image, um, of someone who wears your same uniform in front of you, bearing a shield and instructing you uh, in like the formality of blade song, and that memory just vanishes, and you do not have it anymore.
Okay, that was unpleasant. I'm sorry. Please, I'll be going now. I'm gonna try to fly back up.
Um, you are grappled in this contact.
I will face step out of the grapple and then fly away.
Okay. Right, you can do so. Do you look back?
Uh, hmm. Yes, yeah, I think I will.
Okay. Um, you teleport 30 feet, which leaves you about 10 feet still from like the edge of the library, still well within your sight of where you were just then, and you see the face of the student who had been with you briefly, her face sort of contorted, um, uh, her long white hair falling back over her shoulders into long red stringy ooze that is piling beneath her feet as a like rising geyser to hold her aloft. Her hands are still like held within the position they were, like across your own face, and as you have vanished, her hands just fall to her side and she looks up at you.
Yeah, I just pop on out of there. Sorry, Oz. Librarian's kind of strict. We should go. Let's go.
Uh, yeah.
We'll talk along the way. I
Yeah,
just
what door? Yeah, key door.
tapestry.
Very well. Do I see a door over here?
I think you might be muted.
What you see is a stretch of tapestry where there is relatively a lot of blank space, but in the weave you see pictures of hobgoblins that are being strangled by fabric and rugs and carpets and just smothered and like between two of these images there is stitched into the fabric a black keyhole, like
Hmm.
not a hole in the tapestry but
Right.
a depiction of a keyhole.
Delightful. I will bring the key close to that stitch keyhole and see if one works on the other.
Indeed it does. The fabric parts and opens into a keyhole for you, and the embroidery changes so that the carpets that are strangling these dying hobgoblins creeps its way up into the frame of a door that then opens to you.
I will open the door and hold it open while my compatriots go through it.
All right.
Also, just out of curiosity, did we witness what happened down in this spiral of books?
It would not have been silent,
Mhm.
and it was only 40 feet away. If you had been at the edge, you would have seen
Okay,
or heard. Yes.
gotcha.
No, do not. Fucking getting talkie dust all over my bed. Disgusting.
Oh, that's why you weren't letting him up. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Let's get you all back together over here. Take you off the map. All right. The next room you enter. Yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Did that take you all there? Did that work?
Nope.
Worked for me.
I found it though.
Okay. Did that work? Excellent. Okay. Swinging above you in this next room in unrelenting movement is a cosmic diagram of celestial spheres. It is suspended between the raised level of bookshelves and the ceiling, and does not appear to have collected any dust. There are people in this room that have varying levels of what appears to be transparency. Some of them are communicating with each other. Some of them are like walking together about like in this room, um, perusing the library or charting the celestial patterns. But you enter unnoticed. The acrid smell is very strong in here.
And just to
Uh,
be
there-
clear, that's not coming off us. That's coming off just the area, or is it just something we're smelling constantly?
it's just something that you're smelling quite a bit here. It's kind of coming and going on occasion. It's not off of you.
And
If you like grab your shirt and sniff, no.
are
Do all
these
these
bodies
guys-
here?
Yeah, with the X's.
Yes, there are in fact some drow and hobgoblin bodies that are discarded on the ground.
Do
And
we
these look like
recognize
the
them at all?
ones. Yeah. Do you recognize them as looking from the same company that came through here?
Do you go and investigate?
Quietly, preferably.
Oz certainly will. He's looking for a shield.
Let me actually see if any of them have a shield. Yes. The hobgoblin over here has a discarded shield.
Fantastic. I will take that.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make an investigation check, Mel, if you'd like, and a stealth check if you would also like.
Nope. Heavy. That's right.
Um,
Shit.
all right. You don't find anything again that seems to be related to the same company. However, with like the freshness of these bodies, you would not be surprised.
Also, do they bear any resemblance to the sort of ethereal-looking folks that are around here, or no?
No, these are definitely full-bodied, full-blooded, now very cold bodies.
Oh, what I meant was like, do they look like any of the spirits that are milling
Oh.
around?
No, certainly not.
Yeah. Okay.
Do they have any of these insignias that we've seen on previous corpses?
Why don't you roll me an investigation check?
Is that what Mel already asked? And I
Yes, but you
Oh.
haven't rolled yet, so you can roll. Okay. Give me 1 second.
My pencils are so old, the wood is rotten. This is awful.
Okay. You see the two drow that are here do, like, both of them have a tattoo on, like, well, one of them has it on like the inside of his forearm, and then the other one has, it's very clearly like still stylized very similarly, like around his bicep, the symbols of a chain, which you had not seen before, I don't think, on any of the others.
These drow have different ink than the others. Some sort of chain here. Don't say the other insignias. Either it's a different mercenary crew. These are fresh though, so
Okay.
Locals can roll a history check.
Hmm.
This has like passing familiarity for Oz, and probably like the relationship very like it's just hard to not know it by its what's the word prolific nature. But inks, you've definitely you are very aware that this is the mark of Ship Kurth, which is the predominant faction of drow settlers in Luskan. Ship Kurth is functionally what founded Luskan. It's got very old roots within the city, technically.
Yeah, I'd share that information with everyone.
Although I think with your street smarts, that would kind of be the most information you have. And Oz, you would definitely like know that is, you know, predominant drow faction that you would not have a lot of affiliation with.
Mm-hmm.
is that Kirth? Ship Kurth.
Uh, do.
Can I search this one in front of me for like anything, I guess, written down?
For another password note.
I mean, at this point, yeah.
I'll roll an investigation check.
Nope.
No, you don't find anything except his discarded crossbow.
Has it been fired?
Let
Let me rephrase that. Is there
Hmm.
a bolt currently loaded?
There's a bolt that has fallen from like the it has been fired and a bolt has fallen near it, as if like guy fell, pulled
Well-
trigger, and but like nothing fired, if that makes sense.
Huh.
It's very complex. That's a lot of weird shit that I put to that, but
I would like to make an effort to secretly grab some books and put them in my bag.
go for it.
I assume that's sleight of hand.
Yeah. Okay. You are not bothered. There are plenty of other things here that are taking things off of shelves.
Fantastic. How many books do I get?
I'll say 3 or 4 before your bag starts to
Great. We'll
get a
just
little
leave it
loaded.
at 3. Yeah.
Mhm.
We'll figure out what those are at a later date. Fantastic.
Also, the things wandering through here, do they seem like spirits to me? Or are they something completely different?
Roll me a nature or religion check. All right. Some of them definitely appear to be spirits. For sure. There are ghosts here.
And how many do we say that there are?
At least 10.
she'll count them, and then she'll count us and look down to Torek. Hey, I have a bad idea, but I'm contractually obligated to do it. She starts whirling her flail.
Mel,
Uh,
Mel, focus on the mission.
Well, I don't think that they're particularly friendly.
They've
Okay,
left us
but-
alone this long.
yeah,
You
maybe
start
we can.
swinging.
Do we see this guy floating around?
Oh, definitely.
Okay. Are we agitating you, friend?
The floating skull that takes the dominant form of what is the most light specter that you see. You see like the full body of a black robed figure that is just so translucent that him moving past you moves no air, but this skull you see at eye level does turn and face Mel, and then makes an exaggerated gesture with its head to like indicate rolling its eyes before moving around some more and just sort of passively observing you without looking directly at many of you.
Well,
All right, then what was that about?
I mean,
We just
you
find
did.
a door and we get out of here.
Yeah, let's just try to
Do our
fuck
job,
off.
get our money, get out of this tower. Or do we want to waste more time with books and meanwhile the other person going for the object that we're after is getting closer and closer to it and farther from us?
listen, friend, perhaps you could direct us to the exit? That way we'd be out of your proverbial hair.
It stops near you and leans forward, and you hear the sound of air being pulled through its nostrils as it sniffs you. And then its mouth opens, and without chattering, you hear it just say, have lost your youth within the greenhouse.
Very perceptive.
Sacrifice means now that you may pass without offering. And he steps aside for you.
I'm mighty gracious of letting me and my friends pass without any additional sacrifice. Thank you.
Out
Now,
your years, this form and skeletal hands at its side raise and flex would have less substance. To remain and offer more, I may have to give than passage.
is anybody else hearing this?
I feel like Max cut out for a very important part of that.
Oh no, did I? What part?
I don't know because I didn't hear it.
Well, I mean, what did you hear? What did you hear?
I heard the thing about his form, but he said something about your friends, and then I cut out for.
Okay. He said, and everyone else can hear. I'll say,
Okay.
but Oz, it's definitely like between your ears that you're hearing it.
Right.
He said that because of Oz's loss, that you all may pass. But if more were to be sacrificed, he might offer more than passage.
So
What-
the offering has to be years, I presume.
Time, life, essence.
Now, I hate to step in here, but if any of you offer anything, I'm going to be very cross.
Some of us have plenty to give.
No. I don't think you understand. Oz's loss of life is going to be a fucking hell of a lot of paperwork for me when I get back out of here. So let's just pass. Yeah? Leave all that alone?
No. If Hyacinth is making the
Mhm.
offer, we can maybe get ahead.
No, Torek, you're not hearing me.
No, I heard you.
No, you're not
You've just-
hearing me.
Dallied long enough and flying down the library and all this stuff is we're wasting time. We need to catch up.
No,
not dead, or I
I
would.
hate to cause someone any clerical work. That's of course not. No, let's proceed.
Thank you, Hyacinth. All right, let's go.
Okay, first maybe we hear what's actually being offered besides some
No.
kind of esoteric or
That was a good one.
I mean, I could have just done the voice, but I chose not to.
Well, Haza, it doesn't matter what's on offer, it's not sanctioned.
How do you know? Maybe part of their lifespan is losing it here right now. You could get extra paperwork by not allowing.
Mm.
Look, I don't mean to be a pain, and maybe this isn't the appropriate time, but is the takeaway of the group that the big problem with my lost life is that it's causing Mel additional paperwork?
No.
But no, they're talking about the no.
No, I mean, your sacrifice explicitly is allowing us to pass free of charge to anybody but you. it is only fair that the rest of us inquire what could be gained with a sacrifice of our own.
Your accident was tragic, and I hope that we can do what we can to, reverse that down the road. But as I've said, like, I am still in my youth.
A bony finger of this specter extends towards you, Hyacinth, and curls towards it.
Well,
It-
look, are we talking years or like a percentage or like, because if it's on an equivalent exchange, like I want to know the exchange rate.
The bony mouth says nothing.
Well, so you're willing to give us more than just passage if someone else makes an additional sacrifice. What are you willing to give? And what are you going to take in return? If your offer is simply, I'll give you something and in exchange I'll take what I want, well, then quite frankly, the answer is thanks but no thanks, and we'll be on our way. But if you can spell out what the exchange is, then we can consider it.
Vitality in exchange for the forthright treasure of one of my more promising pupils.
I'll just turn to the group and be like, I don't know, that sounds like a load of crap to me.
Yeah. I mean, a
Doesn't sound like
treasure
it gets
is.
us closer to our actual goal.
Yep, I'll cross over to buy Oz. He's already passed.
But it
Is
might
the
be a tool.
treasure. Go ahead.
I just hesitate to pass up anything that could be useful, whether or not it's useful in this endeavor or the next one.
Is the treasure a weapon?
They're your years.
The skull says nothing more. I can't tell you, it's a gamble.
I was
Which you
sent
need
here
to take
with a
our
purpose.
vitality anyways. What purpose does it serve you? Because I want to make sure that if you're taking vitality, it's not a raw deal for you, right?
He said, I don't know if it came through, that like his form was made more whole because of Oz's sacrifice.
Oh yeah, no, definitely don't give shit to this guy. Come on. Daylight's well, whatever time we're in is burning.
As Torek said, everyone's life is their own. Personally, I think this sounds like a raw deal, and you have no idea either what you're actually getting or how much you're giving up, but choice is everyone's individually. I am, meanwhile, going to start walking towards wherever I perceive the exit to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
follow him.
Okay. I need to hear yeses or nos from everyone.
Inks is a no. She'll join Oz and Mel.
I glanced at Hyacinth.
Hyacinth lingers for a long time. Not like a crazy long time, but a while. I don't know what I need. There's no reason. It might not be worth it, but it might be. And she'll reach out their hand.
Okay, give me 1 second to get Miles in the shower, and then I'll.
Hell yeah.
Well, somebody's on Revivify probation.
That's the funniest way to have phrased that. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay. Hyacinth, roll me a d12.
Oh boy. Gotta watch this one.
I'll take
Okay.
this.
All
Middle
right.
of the road.
As your hand touches theirs, the black mist that makes up their bone-like fingers stretches through your skin and clutches at your skeleton in a firm grip. And you feel energy drain from you. You age 6 years. And when the clawed grip pulls from your wrist down your fingertips and vanishes, in the place of this figure sits a silver and steel bound chest that is labeled with warnings to stay away, written in Common and Elvish, and then you also recognize Draconic and Gnomish scribbled all over it.
That was not fun. But I don't feel very different.
Yeah, you don't look any different, if that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oz just mumbles under his breath, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me."
Yeah, honestly, like, I was fully ready for, like, okay, this might have been 6 years for one person, but for me, this might be 60. But I will
So-
What's in the chest?
I will open the chest.
Is there a way you can open it from a distance? Can you like puff some air
Oh.
at it or something?
My hand is, like, an inch away from it, and you're like, "Oh, you know, maybe you're right." And I'll,
Yeah, like-
step back, 20 feet and use Mage Hand to open it.
I didn't know you had mage hand.
It explodes in a cloud of green smoke that just lingers for a moment and reeks, and then dissipates after about a minute. And inside there is an amber wand, a bunch of spell paper, a gilded flower, some lodestones, and a couple of platinum rings.
Ooh. I want to use a charge of my Wand of Magic Detection and just see what's magic and what isn't.
Everything here is valuable spell components. The amber wand is not is just like a kick-ass focus.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know if that means anything besides. I mean, with magic detection, you don't know if that means it's a magic wand or not. But
I'll take the amber wand and put it into one of the wand pockets that's inside of my robe.
Wand pocket.
And then you know how certain binders will have pencil slots? It's just like that.
Yeah, you're rocking a
Uh,
Trapper Keeper. I got you.
Yeah.
And then I'll start unpacking the stuff and putting the papers into my satchel, and I'll put the rings on my fingers. And throw the lodestones in another pouch of my bag. Would you be able to type what I had?
I did. Check Discord.
Oh, hey, that place that I don't ever look while I'm in a game. That's a bad thing for me too, because
Yes,
there have been so many
correct.
times that I've noticed that Craig has sent me a message that he dropped out of call 30 or 40 minutes ago. Yeah. Well, sorry, Mel. I feel fine, truly. And I'll start heading towards the exit.
Okay.
All right. And we'll take our 15-minute break and be back at 5 after as you enter the next room. next room. Oh my gosh, I forgot that there's also a book at the bottom of that chest. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there is a book. A heavy purple leather tome with brass locks and fixtures, embossed with 6 symbols, the schools of magic, on its cover. I put that in a different section of the
Oh,
notes
spell book.
because it came to me later.
It's a book of Prince lyrics.
Yeah.
It's just
Also
a
a
completely
spell book.
innocuous book that pretends to be a spell book, but it's just like a
A mimic.
recipe book.
It's a diary. It's just somebody's journal. It's a really cool journal, though.
Only one way to find out.
It's not a good way.
I will save the figuring out for another time.
Darn. Okay. Okay. Moving along. All right. Oh, that's right. We have another puzzle door ahead of us. Yay! I know you all love
Yeehaw!
my puzzles. Yay! Yay! I love to hear that. There is a puzzle. There's a puzzle door ahead of you. Um, uh, it is the only exit of this room. There's a door that has uh oh, where'd it go? There it is. Okay. A plain black door. Under the doorknob is a column of pockets. Each one is gem shaped, and there are 6 of them. There is a sapphire that is set into the 3rd pocket down, and then a ruby and a citrine um, uh, in the column following, in the pockets following.
Do the placement of the gems look like they have to do with the star map, cosmological map?
That's interesting. Roll me an intelligence check or a nature check if you'd like.
They're the same.
Okay.
Oh, don't have advantage on that one, and I should have cast guidance. Womp womp womp.
There are, by the natures of this star map, certainly more cataloged here than the 6. And the middle, the 3rd pocket down, blue, does not correlate to anything that you're seeing above you.
Okay.
It might be because of the book that I just got, but could it be that the crystals or the gems have anything to do with the 6 schools of magic?
Oh.
There is certainly color correlation, blue, red, and yellow, like within,
Yeah,
like
there are 8
within,
schools of
yeah.
magic.
Would I still have detect magic going? I just cast it.
That's true. It's and it lasts 10 minutes. Yeah, there is
Yeah.
there is no magic on this lock.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, it's 6 pockets up and down in a line.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast a firebolt at the red one?
A firebolt?
Yeah.
Yeah. you see it gets superheated and part of it cracks.
That might not have been what I was supposed to do.
Huh.
I mean, without any other ideas.
Sorry to be a pain. Can you list the colors again, or did you not list them the first time?
I did. There is blue. There's a blue sapphire, then a ruby, and a citrine. So blue, red, yellow.
Oh, I thought there were 6.
There are 6 pockets, but only
Pockets.
3 gems.
3 gems.
Oh, okay. I might not have shot the ruby gem, but okay, it's fine.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Do you want? I mean, you want to take another swing?
I mean, is there like a pocket next to the red one? I don't know.
Hold on. Let me see if I can. Here, I'll try to diagram this for you in chat. That. Oh, that. I think that did it. Yeah.
So blank, blank, sapphire, ruby, citrine, blank.
Oh, okay. I see. Miles.
Where did you map it out? I'm sorry, I don't see it.
It's just in chat. Dash sapphire
gotcha.
ruby citrine dash.
Do we have any gems?
I have
No.
one very large gem that I'm pretty sure doesn't fit in there.
No, yeah, let's hang on to that one.
Well, I'm curious. Before we ask if we have any gems, are there any gems lying around that would fit in those other holes?
Y'all are welcome to look around. You can roll
Yeah.
investigation checks, or if you'd like, you could roll persuasion checks and ask some of the students that are in the room.
Oh, I didn't realize there were people in here.
They keep on forgetting to put guidance on my shit.
I'll try persuasion. Go up to one of them. Hey, so we need to get through that
You
door,
better not be
and
about to go off to bed.
do you have the answers for us, maybe?
I will help out with that, Haza.
Okay. Mel and Inks, each of you kind of begin looking quickly in the surrounding area. Inks, you find an amethyst that is cut to the appropriate shape, and it's very close by. Mel, you're kind of moving a little bit more long-legged and like scanning very quickly, and like several bookshelves down encounter an emerald. Haza, the student you're speaking to, just kind of snorts and says, yeah, the door, the one with
Yeah.
the lock on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, do you have the keys?
No.
Okay, then you're probably better off actually,
Why?
because there's no keyholes on that door.
Okay, so how do we get through it?
Did you try opening it?
I guess not. It just opens?
Well, if it's not locked,
Is it locked though?
I don't know. Did you try?
Hazel will call out to the group. Is the door locked?
Uh,
Try the door.
It is
I-
locked.
I'll
Yep.
look back to the student. Door's locked.
You should unlock it. Did you find? You don't have any keys though.
I don't think we have keys.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good. Because that key doesn't have any keyholes.
Okay. So there's rocks. We got to put rocks in it, right?
He shrugs. Do you?
Stare blankly for a long moment and look at Oz.
Well, I guess the question is, what is the mechanism that locks the door?
He kind of shrugs and says, "It might be a pressure thing."
Well, let's take another look. Maybe we can find something, anything that we can manipulate that would indicate it's the lock. I mean, this individual keeps telling us there's no key that we need.
Yeah.
So
There's
Thanks.
only one gem still missing, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Found an amethyst and a topaz. Did I hear that right?
Emerald.
Emerald.
I mean, do we just try to press the last one?
Also, are they cut in a way that would fit into these pockets, like
The re-
specifically?
The reason you and Inks were able to identify the ones you found was one, there's not a lot of like rocks hanging around in this room, but they're all cut exactly the same.
Ah, gotcha. That makes it a little bit more complicated, doesn't it?
I have a spell that could help us find an object, but I kind of have to know what object. And if I just say gemstone, it's just gonna point me at this one.
Yeah, it's just gonna.
Well, and we
Need
found
something orange.
two that. Oh, hey, detect magic, right?
Yeah, none of these are magical.
Yeah,
Are-
the door nor the gemstones are magical.
Okay. And nothing around it is?
Correct.
So if
Can
it's
we-
trapped, it's mechanical?
Correct.
Just a mechanical door that requires something of the correct weight placed in the correct spots.
Is generally how a key works, yes.
But this door
Um,
doesn't need a key.
This door doesn't need a key.
Maybe it's like a combination lock.
Well,
You know?
if this door,
Yeah.
if this door doesn't need a key, but there's currently keys in it,
Take the keys out. Take the sapphire, ruby, and citrine out of there, and then see what happens.
Could you
I will
type
pull
the
them
other two
out.
gems that we have? I keep forgetting what they are. I know it's an emerald and
Amethyst. It's the color spectrum minus orange so far.
Oh fuck! I don't think that's how you spell that word.
close enough.
It's close.
Yeah. Just missing an E. That's all.
Do
The torque has taken the gems out.
Yep.
All right. And you hear an audible click as the pressure is released.
Oh,
Those anyway. Let's go.
yep. I just pocket the emerald and follow them.
For those who don't remember, and for those who certainly weren't there, that is one of the very first puzzles I put in front of you guys in Timordian Hunt. That
Yeah,
is
that's a
the
Tay
exact
Hunt
same puzzle.
Yeah.
I'll look at Oz and say, I think You probably get credit on that one. I got to it just a second after you did.
Oh, I appreciate that, but I don't think we're hunting credit in this case. We made it through the door. That's what's important.
Fair. Credit where it's due, though.
But why have 6? Why? What about the other?
Well, they were already removed, and then probably they died.
Well, it seems like a very efficient way to keep those that are not in the know out of that door.
Yeah, I guess so. Cause like I was probably gonna try to find the other one and then put them in, and then keep trying to like change the order until I find the right combination. And I mean that's like
Can I find the
six
student who I
six
talked to?
thousand 6,000 different combinations. Maybe not that many.
You certainly could find the same
Yeah.
person, yeah.
Just getting they're like a shade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just get in their face and just give them a thumbs up. Say, okay, thank you. You were cryptic, but also correct.
Give you a toothy smile. I love that puzzle. It sucks.
Oh, fuck.
All right, we
Free
advance.
gems.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
correct.
pocket a bunch of baubles.
I'm sure they're like glass, but hey, whatever. They're still shiny.
I think there were 6 slots.
Huh?
I think that's
We found 5 things.
right.
Mhm.
I think that's 720 different combinations.
Oh god.
Yeah, 6
Oh, God.
factorial is 720.
Yeah.
It's so funny
What?
to me that Ted
6 times 5
immediately
times
went
4
to
times
it's
3.
the color spectrum minus orange because that's what he
Uh-huh.
did the last time I put
Right, like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
You give me colors, that's my first place to go.
All right. The room ahead of you. Do. I won't reveal it just yet. The ancient shelves and stale carpeting and utter dead silence of this room are completely dominated features of this space, eclipsed by the form of a gigantic crystalline skeleton of a draconic beast in front of you. The very marrow of the bones glows like purple ember, and the sockets of its eyes are still living and lit. There is immaculate stillness from this creature on its pedestal, but it quickly becomes apparent that that is with an incredible strain. The claws dig into its pedestal, shredding the wood in minuscule movements. The wings are pressing against some invisible barrier as it attempts to expand. There is an incredible force that is holding this monster in its stillness. I will put you on the map. Do. Uh-huh. And you can enter the room if you'd like to get a little bit of a better look. If that
Absolutely.
actually worked.
Found it.
Are we actually at the back of this creature, or is its head just turned around?
I would say that this is still the direction that it is facing.
Okay. Then I will go around to the front. Can you speak, Mulgrim?
There is no more sound nor movement made possible.
Didn't think so.
Maybe try speaking its language?
I would have spoken in Draconic. Sorry, that
That makes sense to me.
I didn't make that. Yeah, I didn't make that clear. But he would have immediately switched to Draconic.
Uh-huh.
Is there anything interesting about this stuff back here, or is it just
It's just
glowy on the map?
incredible, cool, arcanic displays of like the continent.
Hmm.
A heavy set piece that to loot would cause immeasurable strain.
Hmm. Oh, I want to just like. Well, I guess I could just buy a map. I was gonna like sketch
Hyacinth.
it. Yes.
You hear the very, very light footsteps of someone in slippers descending the stairs near you. There's a box in this individual's hand, a very small box. He's not looking up; he's looking into at the box and murmuring to it. And then the lid of it springs open. You see out of the corner of your eye, and a flash of purple light emanates from the box, and you see his face just illuminated as he grins, and then sees that there are other people in this room.
Do I recognize this as the guy that we saw?
It'd be really far fetched for it to be literally anything else.
Yeah. I'm assuming. I
Uh-huh.
don't want to
Yeah.
generic tokens and all that.
Yeah.
What's that you got there? Looks pretty neat.
He regards you over the lid of the box and says, "What purpose do you hunt for Moultrim's heart?"
Do the rest of us hear this?
It's very softly spoken, but Hyacinth's not being like
Okay.
quiet, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the most basic sense, we were hired by a group to, uh, well, keep it from falling into the wrong hands. Personally, I guess. I mean, I'm here in hopes of learning and growing in power and becoming more familiar with this plane in hopes of, you know, being able to complete my own objectives, but I don't see what that has to do with you.
If you've come to learn about this plane and grow in arcane intelligence, you have certainly come to the right place. But as for me and my ilk, I would like to leave here as quickly as possible, and it would
Us
be in your
too,
best
honestly.
interests to not impede me.
Well, I mean, if that's what I think it is, and you have found the heart, I feel it is, our job to impede you. I would be curious what it is you plan to do with it.
This creature has been held in this tower for hundreds and hundreds of years.
You're going
She
to
has
put her to
seen
rest.
Or free her.
She has seen enough of the inside of this tower.
I would like to amend my earlier statement about why I was here. I think the new reason why I'm here is to not have a Dracolich be released into the world. Yes, yeah.
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 Did she agree to become this, or did they force it?
Her stories tell of giving her heart to something she loved, and it being stolen from them. Her tongue is bound. Only her freedom would be able to truly say whether or not she is a prisoner here in a body of her own creation, or if she has been forced to enter this place.
Then let her speak.
Before we continue with this glowing thing within his hand, would anyone choose to act? Keep rolling initiative, but would anyone choose to act before he were to do anything in regards to what Torek just said?
Yeah.
You would act first?
Yeah. Basically, especially if he has the box and I don't know what the box does.
Mhm.
My first order of business is try to get the box out of his hands.
All right. Oh, this is. Oh, come on. Wow.
Can't.
Oh, well, Haza, you were up first.
Oh, all the way over there.
And be mindful of walls for eyeline, because I didn't want to put. In order for you guys to get the effect of this room, I didn't want to put on dynamic lighting.
He's simply holding it in his hands, right?
He has in one hand the box, in the other hand he is holding something that is glowing with such intense purple light that you cannot make out its shape.
Okay. But the thing in the box,
That it is that thing. He is like taken it out of the box.
that purple heart thing.
Mhm.
Okay. I will run forward. As I do, I'll use a bonus action to cast Hex on him.
Okay. Cast Hex, not Hexblade Hex.
Yeah, Hex, the spell.
Okay.
Yep.
I know that technically the one is the Hexblade's curse and the other one is Hex, but
Yeah.
they know what they did.
Right.
I will make it, I think, strength, because then I'm going to try to grab it out of his hands.
Excellent.
Yeah, so like I like mutter something and then like blow a bunch of wind onto him. And like with the wind at my back, come like sweeping in and try to snatch it from his hand
Okay.
as my action.
So okay, hold on. My default is to register this as a grapple check, but I think there is an action that is like a disarming.
There's a battle master maneuver,
Uh-huh.
and I think disarm is an optional rule in the DMG as well.
Okay.
I also have disarming shot as a
Action
gunslinger.
disarm. A creature can use a weapon attack to knock a weapon or another item from the target's grasp. Makes an attack roll contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics.
Right.
So
I remember that's the like I think that's for the is that
That's-
for the disarming strike? That's
no,
like
that's
the
just
feature.
disarm. That's
Disarming
an action that anyone
Okay.
can make.
Okay,
Okay.
so I guess I'd be doing that
It's
then.
an optional action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then what contested by, is it Dex or Strength or just Strength?
Either
It
one.
seems to be
Athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Okay. So
Yes.
unfortunately, he is
Yeah.
definitely going to use dexterity.
Let me know what that
Yeah.
roll is so I can decide whether or not I want to cutting words that check.
Well, I gotta do my attack first.
Yeah. And does cutting words work against abilities?
Ability checks, but not saving throws.
Okay. All right. Okay. So he rolled a nat 20 for a 22. And ordinarily I wouldn't give these types of answers, but with as close as this is, this allows for cutting words.
Right. So let's give it a shot.
Oh, okay. Haza, you step forward, and smack the pommel of your blade into the soft underside of his wrist, and his grasp breaks just loose enough for you to snatch it from his fingers. It is now in your hand, and I need you to make me a.
Be honest, I was kind of trying to just throw it on the floor.
You're just
I don't
throwing it on the
have a
floor?
I don't have a free hand currently,
Okay,
so I
all right.
can't like snatch it.
Then it just falls to the floor, and
Yeah.
Torek, you feel the thing next to you pulse. The skeleton pulses. Mel and Inks, who are at its front, see its eyes light.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a free hand, so I'm not
Okay.
grabbing it.
All right. So that was bonus action and action.
and
Anything
action.
else for you? Okay.
Nope.
Inks.
I am going to run because I don't like staying next to this guy. There
Are
we
you gonna
go.
run over the pedestal?
No.
Okay, just checking. You could run between her legs if you felt like it.
Sorry. And then I'm going to use my action to dash.
Okay.
That'll get me there. That's my turn.
All right.
So is the
Nice.
item like right here, I assume?
Yeah, we'll say
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Hyacinth, it is your turn.
I would like to use Mage Hand to pick up the item.
Okay.
So, an action, I'll pick it up and then like bring it to myself. I feel like it needs to go back in the box, but I don't have the box. I'm going to just send it like up into the air in the Mage Hand, like playing keep away.
Yeah. I mean, best idea I've heard.
And then I don't think I have any good bonus actions to use right now. So that is it.
Okay. Oz.
Oz is going to and move up here and try and grab hold of this guy.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh, he rolled a 7 for.
Oh my god. And are these actually bookshelves here?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna try and drag him back to this location.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Mel. Mel.
So the Dracolich isn't fully alive yet, correct? I didn't see it. It didn't make an attack on Inks. It didn't do anything like that, correct?
It is still immobile, yes.
Oh boy. I don't really want to be anywhere near it when it wakes up. But I can't get anywhere good. Shit. Hmm. I I am going to. Okay. I am going to go ahead and for my action. No, I'm gonna save that for later. Shit. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I don't feel like I have very good moves right now. In that case, I am just going to dash. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Oops. Wrong thing. Give me the ruler. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon right in front of my eye. Oh, we still don't have a thing for it.
I'm so sorry. I'll make a note of it right now. And I'll actually do it.
I know that feel.
I'll do that. That's my Spiritual Weapon, and the 26 hit.
Yes.
All right. Boom. 7 force damage.
Okay. All right. Next is Toric.
Oh boy. Rourke will raise his musket and point it at Hyacinth. Give it to me, let her speak, or you die here. And I ready in action. If Hyacinth does anything else, I attack.
Okay. On his turn, the carpeted floor underneath many of you, hold on, tears apart at the yield of lashing thin whip-like arms from the earth. Let's see, 20-foot square. Yeah, we're just gonna hit everybody,
Jeez.
including himself. I am casting a spell. You got it. Okay. Let's see. You are in difficult terrain, and at the start of each of your turns, you'll need to make a dexterity saving throw. Haza, starting with you.
Yep. Nope.
Ooh. All right. You are restrained by these thin black ropes that lash out at you for 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then
Mhm.
there'll be a con save for your concentration.
I have advantage, luckily.
Gosh.
Woohoo! Whew.
Eldritch Mind.
All right, that is your turn. Or sorry, in and out is your turn.
I could still see it. See him standing there?
Yes, this is not obscured.
Yeah, I will bonus action to put Hexblade's Curse on him.
Okay.
And then swing.
All right. Let's see. Okay. That is gonna hit. And I just want to make sure that all of those dice are correct. It looks like they are.
Let me make sure
Wait,
the Hex.
hold on.
No, Hexblade's
Hex
Curse
is
went
wrong.
fucky.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Hexblade's curse should be the 3.
It's just 3.
And then there should be, maybe it's, no, it's still
Why is it
fucky.
adding
There
a
should be,
5?
It's
that-
the D6
Is
for
that the
your
D6?
hex.
Yeah.
I think it
Okay.
is.
Yes, it is. Okay, so it is correct.
Yeah, it
It's
just looked wild.
Yeah, it's just only 6 necrotic. It's lumping all of the extra damage together when it should just be here. Let me
Mhm.
stipulate it.
When it was in the parentheticals and the order it was in, it
Yeah,
confused me, but
I
it
gave
was correct.
Hexblade's Curse the correct damage type, so it should divide it in the future.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, that's the first attack.
Okay.
Ooh.
That second will not hit.
Yep.
Okay. Inks, you are up. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. Hey.
All right, you are not restrained. Let's see. And I think that means you don't take the initial damage either. Yep.
Tight. Boom. Hoping this is concentration based so that I can break it.
We'll see.
Yeah. Nah.
Whoa.
Owie! Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I will be dumping Hand of
Yeah.
Harmony
Reckon.
plus. Dang. Okay, cool. Cool. That is
Ooh.
my first hit.
Owie.
Next. Oh, wait, I have advantage. 16.
Why do you have advantage?
Crusher feet.
Crusher.
Oh, yes.
That's gonna help.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Does that hit?
It does.
Tight.
Oh wait, sorry. That was I said it does in relation to me saving against the con save. An 11 does not hit.
Does
Sorry.
it 16 hit?
16. Okay, now he will shield. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Then I will not
Valid.
parry blows. 17.
Good shield.
Or 19, excuse me.
19.
19 does not beat the shield.
That is fair.
Yeah.
That'll be my turn.
Okay. Hyacinth.
What's the save?
Dex.
Ooh.
Ooh.
8 damage.
Okay.
I'm also putting a little thing on you, Haza, so I remember you're restrained.
Mhm.
Ooh, okay. Hyacinth looks over it towards Toric. I don't mean to stop you from having your conversation, but I will not be bullied into submission. Lower your weapon, help us stop this, and we will discuss. But does not do as he instructed me to.
Okay, Toric, you have your opportunity to use your readied action if you're going to.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
No, I will skip for now. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay. Oz.
Oh, well.
Oh, sorry. Did you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still will.
That was Hyacinth's
Okay.
stated intention
Okay.
to not
I thought.
hold.
Sorry, that was unclear to me.
Yeah.
Continue.
Am I... This terrain, is it also, like, binding me here?
It is difficult and you are restrained, yes.
Okay. I will lower the mage hand and just have it like deposited into like a side pouch of my bag, and then I will face step away from everything over here, and then I would like to just duck behind this podium.
Okay.
And I think face step is a bonus action.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll just use my action to dodge.
Okay. Just point of order. What's the action economy on Mage Hand utility? Could you check that for me? Because I feel like moving it or manipulating
Oh yeah, I
it
think
does
you're right.
something.
Moving it is an action. Yeah.
I can't remember if it's an action or a bonus
It's an
action. Okay.
Yeah, it's an action to move it.
Which I only bring up in case it
Yeah,
was
so
bonus
then
action for.
Then I don't dodge, but yeah.
Okay. That does put up Ozzy.
Deck save,
Adam?
correct?
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta check what the DC is.
Yep.
I think I rolled something like that. No, I rolled a 9.
Yeah.
Might be fine.
That is a save.
Fantastic. And our friend here is still holding the box.
Yes, but I think like you've got him grappled.
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good point. So that means you only have your shield, right?
Mhm.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. You would be able to see that the box is empty except for what looks like a piece of paper that's like at the bottom of it.
Mm. I'm gonna try and grab this box from him.
Okay. I'll say that this would be the repeated. So this is going to take a hand. You've got only one free hand right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him go
Okay, great.
to grab this box.
Let's do the same disarming thing from earlier. So a weapon attack.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to snatch the box from his hand.
Okay. And I am. Do I have any idea? This is still difficult terrain, despite the fact that I'm not restrained, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see. I will step out over here. So that's 5. Or is that 10 to get out?
So that's a wall that you're on.
Oh, so I'd have to get.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll make this easy.
Straight line.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm misty stepping.
Okay. Yeah, that does make that easier.
Yeah. And I'll just hold the open box out towards Hyacinth.
Okay.
And that is it for me.
Okay. Mel.
Mel is going to run up here. And with smoke from the sensor, she's gonna just take a big ol' whiff of it and cast ba-ba-ba-ba. Alright, I have a thing for preventative measure, but I don't. Actually, yeah, scratch all that. I am over here. I'm going to Bane on the Dracolich.
Okay. It's a charisma save, right?
Correct.
Okay. Just pull up her character sheet real quick. Oh, that was not a sweat for her. Okay.
All right. That is fine. In that case, she continue running over here, and as a bonus action, make a weapon attack.
You're gonna enter the space? Oh wait,
No,
so
I'm
right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, that's
Does
a
have
miss.
advantage.
Oh,
Crusher.
Oh,
yeah.
Is weapon attack? Is that all attacks or just weapon attacks?
I believe it's
Good
all attacks.
Question. I
Let
think
me
it's all
see.
attacks.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's all, but
When you score a critical hit, it deals bludgeoning damage to a creature. Attack rolls against that
Attack
creature are
rolls.
made with advantage.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I feel
just-
like we looked
Yeah.
this up last time. It'll only take me about 8 more times to get it, I'm sure.
Same.
And I take it that hit to
A
23.
23 will break the shield, yeah.
Oh.
I say break the shield, surpass the
Yeah.
shield.
Yeah, for 9 force.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon, baby. I love this spell.
Getting through by the skin of my teeth on these con saves. It's fine. Toric. Oh, is Ted back?
Maybe not. He's muted.
Still muted. Okay. Don't want to go on without him based on what is
that
happening.
definitely makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong button and then muted myself.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I can't look at my screen right now. It's just
Oh, I'm so sorry.
like daggers at the moment.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry.
Where the fuck is my headset even? I dropped my headset and didn't realize.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm just dealing with a migraine. I can't put my headset on. I can't look at my screen.
I'm sorry.
It's
Do you want me to do shit? I can do the shit for you. You just tell me what you want me to do.
where is the heart at the moment?
It is in Hyacinth's bag, who has gone to hide from the drow. And Oz has the box and is extending it out to Hyacinth for them to put it into.
And this dude is still here.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just take shots at him if you will roll for me.
Yeah, I'll move you up a couple of squares if that's all right, so you can get line of sight and shoot him.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you just keep your eyes closed. I can do this.
I'm gonna get quiet. I'm just
Okay. Is it
I
the
can hear
musket
you just
plus
fine.
1? Okay. Is it the musket plus 1 attack?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, come on. Okay, a 16 does not hit. Do you want to shoot again?
He has advantage.
Sure.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
There's advantage. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Second attack. Uh, 21 will surpass shield. Okay. Right. 7.
Is
I
he
just
holding
have-
anything else like a weapon or a wand?
He has nothing else Well, hold on. Actually, I have to double check whether or not he had to draw a wand earlier. Because he woulda if he needed to, because he had a free hand. But yes, okay, he would have had to have drawn a wand, so he has a wand.
I will spend a grit to use my disarming strike on.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're just taking everything out of his fucking hands.
Okay.
Ryan.
It's pretty funny.
Look, it felt like a bad idea to let him hang on to the heart.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
Look,
Like
next,
priority number one.
someone's going to knock off his belt buckle and his pants are going to fall down around his ankles.
Somebody fucking tear his cloak off.
All right. Save is a Oh my god, you disarmed him? The wand is gone? This man has had everything taken from him.
Look,
He's gonna draw a sword and somebody's gonna fucking punch it out of his
Did he-
hand.
gonna have to like lean down and pick up the wand.
Did he make that con save?
Oh, that was the next thing.
Awesome.
This
No,
is
he did
bad.
not.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Not that time.
Oh wow.
What layer did I put this cube on?
Always
I
fun
can't-
game.
I can't grab it. Oh my god, where
Where'd you
did
put
she
it?
go? Did I put her on the map? I did. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's gone now. Huh. Okay. The black ropes fall from Haze's arms.
Oh.
We'll take. Now it is his turn. Now I've got to rethink my plan. I mean, I can just go. I can just pick up the wand is the thing,
Yeah.
which I think I'm gonna do.
It's valid.
I think I'm just gonna pick up the wand and hazard the opportunity attack from Inks to step right here.
No,
Oh,
I'm taking it, I'm just
fuck.
Scrolling up to it. Ah.
All right.
Oh wait, I have advantage because it's not my turn yet. 14?
14 misses.
Ah, bitch.
And
I don't like this. This is a straight line attack.
yeah, as he ducks down to grab the wand, he moves under your arms, Haza. And as he stands up, he turns with wand extended and power surging through the core of his being and out through the end of the wand. Opportunity to counter if that's what anyone's feeling.
Am I within 60 feet?
Good question.
Looks
I
like
think
it.
you are.
Yeah,
Yes,
50
you
feet.
are.
Woo!
Yeah, I'll counter spell.
Okay. That I am actually upcasting because I want to blast your asses. So I do need you to make me an intelligence check. I know you're busy right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to roll it, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, go lay down.
Holy shit!
Holy shit. Ho ho ho.
I'll do it.
Oh.
So is it alright if I describe it? Or do you want to? I can't hear you, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. This bolt of blue lightning begins to spiral in on itself and charge, and as it begins to unravel and throw itself almost directly through you, Haza, Hyacinth's head and wand poke up over the map to circularly draw a vortex that like appears in front of this lightning bolt and just swallows this energy entirely before collapsing on itself with your nat fucking 20 that I rolled for you.
Yeah, that feels bad. It's cool as fuck, but it feels bad.
And I think that might be all I've got for this guy right now. Doesn't love where he's at. Can't do anything about it right now. Yeah. Nothing that's gonna help. All right, Haza.
Yeah, seeing him reposition. I'll get to hear, so I'm on the other side of him. And I'll just swing. Oh,
Nice.
19 crits are nice.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, I crit on the 19 too. That feels good. Feels nice.
It feels like it's a reward for having
Yeah.
a kind of shitty feature.
Yeah. I think it did everything correct. Yeah, it did.
Oh my god.
Did it
he's-
add the... Did it do everything correct?
Hex. Yes, it did. It only added curse once and hex twice. So.
Cool. Great.
Yep.
Second slash.
Uh-huh. How do you want to do this?
Yeah, I think I like basically do like almost like a little dance, like light on my feet as I like slide to get on the other side of him. And as I do, I just extend sword out, like spin low, and then like in the middle of the spin, like as it's like slashing through the legs, I just sweep up through the chest.
Oh my god. Okay. Cut open. His body drops.
And then I heal. It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
you do. You heal.
I heal back the damage that he dealt exactly.
And that is combat, barring anything else.
Hazel looks up. Got him.
Hyacinth will like move over to Oz and cast another mage hand to pull the heart and place it back in the box and close the lid.
And once that has happened, I will walk the box over to Torek and just say, what's this you were saying about wanting to have a conversation?
We need to know if she's there by choice or if she wants to be released. She deserves that.
She is not a dragon anymore.
Yeah.
You think I don't know that?
Well, the only
Her
release
soul is still a dragon. Her soul is trapped in there. If they did it,
no.
if Zachney, as he said, it's because she gave her heart away. She deserves to be released, to be let
Well,
to death, to die, to
I-
Very
join
well.
her echoes on other
It is
planes.
great to know that we are on the same page, for I
Yeah,
could not tell when you point your gun at me.
You don't deserve to touch them. After what your kind did to them, you don't deserve to share the air with her, that she doesn't even breathe anymore.
hey, so Oryx, great speech. Sorry.
Wrong,
Sorry.
Cobalt.
Wrong Kobold.
Oops.
Torek.
Oops. Oops.
Torek, great speech and all, but the only release of death is destroying that heart. There's nothing in there. She points to the body. That is a cold perversion of nature that will surely kill us if it gets the chance, no matter how sweet you talk it. And
There's no sweet talking here, Mel, and trust me, this is one time I am on your level with this. The study of of dragons. We were made to serve them. You don't think I know all this? You don't
No, but releasing it from whatever prison it's in isn't going to help us destroy the heart. And the heart being destroyed is the freedom that you so want. It doesn't matter whether she's here by choice or because she's prisoner. If she gave her heart away and she is now this deformed,
It does
again,
matter because if she
abomination.
wants to be released, she will help us.
Oh,
Uh, I feel like we're perfectly capable of destroying it on our own.
Are you?
No,
Do you know how to destroy a phylactery?
We can sure find out.
Or we can ask her and she can tell us.
Can you ask her without releasing her?
Zach Nathan seemed to think so. If you will.
Okay, he thought so. Can you do it?
Can I speak to her? Yes, I can speak Draconic.
Can
She
you make
can't
her
speak.
speak back without being released?
She cannot speak. She is frozen.
Agreed. Can you use that thing over there to only let her speak? Is that within your capabilities to do?
I have no
Oh.
idea. I have never. I am as I have as much understanding if I can speak to her as you all have of whether you can destroy this.
Well, then just destroying it without the middleman seems a bit more
You may
safe.
never find out how to destroy it. She gave her heart away. She could be the one who enchanted it. Most likely is if it's what's used to control her. Let me speak to her. Let me try. If nothing comes of it, nothing comes of it.
To be clear, you're asking us to make a leap of faith for you, correct? If so, ask it.
Am I asking you to believe in me? I'm asking you to let me try. That's all.
Torek, I see how important this is to you. Let's give this a shot. And I'll take the box and I will start walking around to the front of Aldrin.
Before I'm hoisting the body over my shoulder, I'll look at Torque and say, for what it's worth, I agree with you.
Oh boy.
I'm not sure I appreciate your methods, but I agree as well.
Yeah, maybe
Mel,
less gun threatening, but
When you all know the history I know, then you can judge me.
Mel just climbs up on the pedestal that has the map and sits on it and crosses her legs. Well, I will say I told you so at the appropriate time. Let that be noted. And go ahead, have fun. And she will move her spiritual weapon to the following them to about here.
I'll drag the body of Zeknathan over to here, drop him on the ground, and then start methodically searching him. Since apparently we've got some time.
Oh, and by the way, whether she lives or not, has to be destroyed. Is that understood?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
talking
sure.
to everyone. All right.
No. I don't think that's what we've decided at all. Torek here wants to speak to it and decide what, so it can verbalize whether it wants to stay here or if it wants its soul set free. If it wants its soul set free, I believe, Torek, that we think it might, in fact, help us to understand how to destroy this phylactery. If it wants to stay here, then it stays here.
You're
And
leaving
we
out a
destroy the
third
heart.
option where it wants to leave and be a Dracolich.
Yeah, there's another thing where allowing this to exist, period, is not kosher. I can't abide by it. Not only does it endanger the lives of others, but it shouldn't have been in the first place, whether it was willing or not. Any lich or undead needs to have its soul released.
It sounds to me like you and Torek need to work that out before we proceed any further.
There isn't working out. That's the way it is.
With all due respect, you don't dictate how it is for the rest of us.
Sure, but I do know someone who does.
I will walk around to the front of the Dracolic as well, to Mulgrim's face.
All right. Sorry, I'm just answering some other questions. So let me just,
Yeah.
yeah. If there's more to be said or discussed, continue.
I'll look over at Hyacinth and say, "Do you want to help me search this?"
No.
Fair enough. Mel?
Search it. Oh, the body. Sure.
Make sure to grab that wand.
Yeah, I'll help Haza search the body.
He does have, a spell book.
Only a 20.
He does have a spell book. There is the wand that you have no way of knowing immediately if it's more than just a wand. And his cloak that is stitched with spider webbing. Okay. All right. Hyacinth, are you doing anything?
Just watching.
Okay. Then Torek, you said you were moving around to the front of the statue, right? Or not the
Yeah.
statue, yeah, okay. All right. And then what?
Torek, I suppose. I mean, I don't know how to start. I don't know if you do, but I guess a good first step is opening this box. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what. I guess we can't know what the elf was going to do before Haza interrupted him. Whether he could speak to her or whether he had to release her to do so.
Well, look, I'm going to open this, but if there's any sign of it getting aggressive, I'm going to close it just as quickly as I can and hope that it doesn't continue to reanimate.
Good. Agreed.
Okay.
I'm here to keep Mel safe. If this thing wakes up and is looking to kill us all, then she's not safe. My word comes first. These duties to Asgaroth and his children.
I understand what it means to take an oath to something greater, and I'll do what I can to help you live up to yours. And I'll open the box and see if there's any reaction.
Inside the box, you see padding. It's soft and plush and sitting in the layers of fur lining the interior of this box. Is a slightly wrinkled piece of paper on top of which lies what is a very small heart, like almost like a humanoid heart in its configuration. It is. It looks like it is made out of glass and infused with purple mist that is so thoroughly permeated it that it is solid and pouring out this light. But nothing happens upon the opening of the box.
I will
Torek,
rest
what do
my
you think?
hand on the heart.
What do you think your chances are of grabbing that paper without touching the heart? Oh, well, you're touching the heart anyway. Maybe grab that paper while you're in there.
If I just
You
use
are.
my thumb and squish the heart to this side, can you, or do you need me to with my other hand?
No, I'll reach in and grab it then.
You're touching it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to make a spell check, or appropriately, I'll roll it for you, but this
Cool.
will be like a spell attack roll. Your intelligence and proficiency. That makes
Okay.
sense?
Yep.
Yeah. Which actually is just a save for you, so I'm just gonna roll that because you have proficiency in this save. Okay. You feel on the contact with this object that the
I'm sorry, I still can't. Can you tell me what my
oh
total
yes,
was?
yes, you rolled a 16. Sorry.
I have 1 inspiration. I'm gonna go ahead and spend that here.
Okay. That's a 13.
I'm going to give him one of my inspirations.
Okay. That's a 20.
Better.
Yeah. Okay.
At contact with this object, it has the warmth of skin. No, not like of a living thing. It is not hot nor cold, but alive and almost gives with your touch. And you are immediately filled with a sincere sense of mourning, and not for the sad state that this creature is being kept in. There is something that is beyond that, that is a sadness you don't really understand, but it is loss. And then Oz, you take that piece of paper. Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
All right. You do so. It's a very old piece of paper, but you have delicacy and a lot of work with ancient texts. So
Is it by any chance in Common or Elvish or Goblin or Sylvan?
um it is actually, as you pick it up and inspect it, is you were looking at the back side
Mm-hmm.
of a sealed envelope that has been, the seal is broken.
Mhm.
The scrawl on the backside that you were looking at is actually in a very harried Sylvan.
Can I read what it says on the envelope?
It appears to be a name, Sylvia.
Okay. I'll pull the letter out and see what it says in there.
You read a the the handwritten note of someone whose language this is not
Mhm.
easy for. But it is the note of sincerest adoration and love from one to another, to this Sylvia, a creature that you come to see as a person who lived near the sea, near the
Mhm.
ocean, and often spent much time under the water, and was quite the traveler. And there is there's an admiration for this person who has lived a very full life of independence and clarity, and freedom, um, from someone who feels very connected to where she has always been and does not ever feel as if she could ever truly experience the reality that being a small person in a giant world would ever feel like. Um, and then it is signed, um, to, or it is the this person Sylvia is referred to as, um, the author's dearest treasure. And then it is signed, with a draconic name at the bottom.
I'll, after having read it to myself, right? I will then read it out loud, and at the name at the bottom, I will hold the letter out to Torek. Would you mind translating?
And that name written there is Moldrum.
It's Moldrum.
Have you got anything from touching the heart?
Feelings, mostly.
Hmm.
It will almost certainly not work, but I will try to communicate with Moldrum. Can you hear me? Can you speak to me?
Are you picking the heart out of the box and holding it, or are you just keeping small contact?
I will look at Oz to see if it's okay to pick it up.
We're, we're still on the same page that if it's, well,
Keep the
I don't,
box
I
open.
don't even have to ask. I know you're here to protect Mel. Yes, pick it up, do what you must.
I will just raise it out of the box.
All right. Once it is in more direct contact with your skin, you feel the connection strengthen moderately. But you still rolled your 20, so you're not like possessed or anything. You ask if she can hear you. You feel the yearning intensify, but no coherent thought.
And I'm sorry, could you describe that again? It's a yearning for it. It is a part of it. It is partly mourning,
Hmm.
but also a yearning for.
You don't really know.
Oh,
You
just
can only interpret probably just like being on the threshold of freedom and still so far away.
Can you describe the size of this heart again?
Well, it's about humanoid, so it's about the size of your fist.
Okay. And I'm gonna read the letter again. Torek, what is the likelihood that this is that thing's heart?
I mean, a dragon's heart would be well beyond this size.
Maybe this heart is the size of this one called Sylvia in the letter. The small thing,
Yeah.
the dearest treasure.
That is. I suspect you are right.
Oh, well, this just got awfully complicated, I'm afraid.
Do you wish to join your Sylvia? Do you wish to pass on?
There is something of what feels like a misunderstanding, um, a confusion set with resolve and some anguish and then anger.
Just so I'm clear, right? All of that, Torek is the only one experiencing that, correct?
Correct.
I will. Torek will do his best to sort of translate for Oz and anyone else who is here and listening. He's not trying to keep this secret or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I know she wants to be free, but I don't know. I don't honestly even know if she understands the state she's in.
right, and we don't know if this is even her phylactery, so we don't know if we could set her free, even if we wanted to.
Well, even if it's not her heart, if it's this Sylvia's, that might be the thing that binds her.
Hmm.
It might be
Understood.
her phylactery, even if it's not her heart. The student we spoke to, Oro, said that some must feed the phylacteries of the Brotherhood of the Liches.
You say that and you are overcome with the hunger of a starved creature.
Oh boy. This can only end well.
Torek, drop it.
One last question. Do you know who chained you? Do you know who caught you? Can you show me?
There's only the empathic feeling of just of hate and anger.
I will drop the heart back in the box.
I will close the box. I'll keep the letter, though.
Begin to hear the sound of the crystalline skeleton grinding against itself as it is straining against its invisible bonds.
We'll set you free, one way or another.
Here's a question for everyone, I guess. Wasn't our mission from the BMMM to return this to them?
I believe our mission was to capture, and he gestures towards the body. The heart was a secondary objective. Something about if we could return it, it would certainly be very welcome, but I don't believe it was the main part of our contract.
So they want us to take this body out of here.
I think the contract was just to neutralize it and make sure no one gets their hands on it. Because there were suspicions of somebody entering looking for this specifically.
Yes, but they didn't. The BMMM didn't think that they would find it.
They offered
rather,
a
didn't
substantial
know
sum
if
if
they
we
would
did,
find
though.
I believe they offered us 10,000 gold for the heart of the Dracolich, because they believe that whoever held it controlled the Dracolich.
Now, two things. And Oz, please sympathize with me on this one. We're not handing that over to the BMMM under no circumstances,
Not a
correct?
chance.
We could hand
Oh.
it to them in pieces and say, "Hey, problem solved."
We cannot do that. It would take many mages to destroy a phylactery, or some great large magic that we do not possess. The BMMM is the group that I believe would be able to destroy it. I don't know if that's their intention or not, but that is not a feat we can accomplish.
Very well better be.
We can negotiate with them to destroy it, unless you think
I don't
somebody else
trust
could.
them with it at all.
If they know we
We
have
can-
it and we do not give it, they will arrest us and take it.
We could always take it to my organization. We sort of know some things about this and the prevention and relinquishing of such, probably.
The only way to free her is to destroy it.
Look,
she
there are
can
people
die.
working
Then
all
she can
day,
die.
all night, reading tomes and keeping track of things. I'm pretty sure somebody might have an answer. We'll get to destroying it, but it doesn't seem like we trust the BMMM to do it, even though they might have the resources for it.
We can speak to them, but if we do, we should not bring it with us.
Well, here, I mean, I think the problem with that is that if we speak to the BMMM and make any acknowledgement that we were successful in obtaining this thing, then we will be in their crosshairs.
Additionally, thinking
We
that they
don't
don't
to
have
tell them we
any.
found it or have it.
They
I'm
will
just
ask.
saying-
And beyond asking, it would
Still
be naive
lie.
of us to. It would be naive of us to think that they wouldn't be able to detect every single magic thing on our person while we're in, the chambers of the Archmage. You think she
I'm-
doesn't have a scope on us? They're the people who arrest people for having illicit
I'm-
magical items.
Do you really think that I am dumb enough to have suggested we carry it into the BMMM after saying we just lie about having it?
And where do you suppose we store it?
In the box on the persons of someone who is not in the BMMM. It needs to be destroyed, and if they have the ability to do it, and we can be witness to make sure that it is done, I think we can all agree that this is one object that should be destroyed. Right?
Well,
We all agree on that.
Yes.
Mhm.
But whether or not they would destroy it, and the power that they have over us just having it is imbalanced. We're not in a position to negotiate for that if that's not something that they wanted to do in the first place. And I, for one, don't really trust that they would want to destroy it. They just want to keep it.
All I
If-
am. Go ahead.
if everyone is both comfortable foregoing the rather hefty reward that the BMMM was offering and potentially being in their ire, the Tower Breakers can destroy this.
Are you sure?
I certainly can't, but I am certain that there are those in the Tower Breakers that can.
Will they, though?
Destroy a dangerous magical secret? Most certainly.
There are plenty of dangerous magical secrets contained in here, and you were very, very adamant about bringing them out. Why should we trust you to not have this be public, or at least shared, or part of your organization to take down the BMMM?
The whole
Because
point of
there's
the whole point of the Tower Breakers is to use what magic has been kept secret to help the public, and if it can't help the public, destroy it. Hence the breaker in Tower Breakers. I myself have been on many missions to destroy wizards' towers that would not use their magic in a benign fashion and offer their knowledge to help the people. We're all in agreement here that this abomination can bring no good to anyone. Certainly not letting it loose here in Luskan, or anywhere else for that matter. I know this
Well-
because the Tower Breakers have taught me this. They will destroy this.
and say somebody in the Tower Breakers wants to use it to take down the BMMM. What then? There are fanatical members of every, I guess,
Well, wonderful.
organization.
Then we're
I
in a
have a
stalemate.
Strange and unrelated, well, related but tangential question. This heart that Oz and I suspect does not belong to the dragon. It belongs to the person that the dragon loved. Could we use it to bring that person back? It is remains. Would such a thing perhaps destroy the phylactery?
Actually, that's a very great question. You know
Would
what?
such a thing
The
destroy a
phylactery just
phylactery?
be contained inside of the person then? The person would become the phylactery?
Well,
I suspect
no,
the death
no.
is required to create the phylactery. As Oro said, some must be fed to phylacteries to keep them as such.
Correct. And if I'm not mistaken, they can't be of animate objects. You can't just make a cat or a dog a phylactery.
I am certain this would not destroy the phylactery. I don't know what repercussions it would have to whatever thing becomes formed around it. I don't think it would create a perfectly fine and unaltered person, but that would not destroy a phylactery.
We can always try.
I would prefer maybe we
Seems like a thing
don't.
to consult, perhaps, the gods
In-
on.
In my studies, would I have heard or studied anything about this?
Roll me an Arcana check. Tyler already did, so he's
Okay.
been fed some information.
Shit.
I think with a 15,
Mhm.
the biggest thing that you would know is that ultimately, like, Dispel Magic is a powerful spell, and the rights to destroy it would include having many mages who are capable of doing so all at once, which, to be fair, a 5th level anything is not common.
Right.
And then or else like anything on the level of like a wish, like a 9th level Dispel Magic or a wish would
Right.
unmake it. If you were to try to use this to grow it into a new person, I don't think you have the intelligence for that,
Mhm.
or like the check for that, but
Mhm.
like that does sound like a crazy way to then essentially create a vampire,
Mhm.
because the phylactery would still exist and need to be fed.
Holy shit, yeah.
Mhm. I didn't think about that.
Like changing the phylactery is not destroying it.
Right. I'll relay that to everyone. You know,
So, go ahead.
I trust that Hyacinth is right. What I haven't studied it much, but what I have lines up quite well with the point being made.
So the question then is, if we do not give it to the BMMM, how many of you are good at lying?
Oh, I
Because
don't.
we're gonna need to lie really well.
No, I don't think that's going to make a difference. They'll know.
I mean,
Will
not
they,
if we
though?
don't carry it in there. We need to drop it off somewhere
There
before we
are
make it there.
many
we-
spells that they can use to determine what really happened.
Or we find some way to destroy it before we ever go back to the BMMM. Forego our reward for some time. Probably.
Right.
From
I
their
mean,
point of view, problem
mean,
solved.
Dropping it off at the Tower Breakers is the same as destroying it. In either case, we still have to talk to the BMMM and then tell them we found it and gave it to somebody else.
I mean, I want to impress upon everyone, right? There's no way, right, that we will go to the BMMM, right, and they won't know what we've done. Whatever it is that we do. So we've got to be okay with both not getting the promised reward, but also being on their shit list. Now,
And potentially
clearly-
getting no reward at all.
oh, not potentially. There will be no reward. Right? At least in my experience. They don't reward people who betray them.
Well, and again, if I may offer this one more time, if we bring it to the Temple of Yurgle of some kind, they have resources, they study this sort of thing. Perhaps the BMMM will be, but the BMMM will be less upset that we gave it to a clerical order that, you know, worships a god that is lawful, that is interested in keeping this thing from the world, versus their arch nemesis organization who they deem as all people that
Does-
should be arrested.
I don't know, Mel. There are fanatics in every organization.
There sure are, but the fanatics in our organization in every level will never release something like this.
Okay.
That is not a thought that crosses anybody who thinks of it, even from any angle.
Everybody
Fanatically
take
or not.
a step back for a second and consider just the optics. Can we get away with giving it to the Jurgalese or whatever you are, and still get a reward and not be on the complete shit list for the BMMM?
Yes, probably. More likely than if we gave it to the Tower Breakers,
I'm
is my point.
Forced to concede that point. Yes, giving it to the Tower Breakers would be explicitly getting on the shit list of the BMM.
Because as we've established, there is no lying. They will find out. They have ways to find out. So if we give it to somebody that they are not diametrically opposed to, they might be less angry about it. Which I know having them in your good favor is definitely not something high on either of our lists. But
you
keep-
wait.
Why
Hold
not?
on. Back up. If we do not return this to the BMMM, there's no having the BMMM in our good favor, regardless of who we give it to.
However, not having them pursue us is a different matter.
It's not an issue
Or-
of pursuing or not. It's being on their shit list, which if we don't give this back to them, we will be on their shit list. Now, want to be clear. Clearly, I'm perfectly fine with that. But I need everyone else to understand that that's what's at stake. Whether we give it to the Tower Breakers or the Clerics of Jurgle, right? Or we figure out some crazy way to take care of it ourselves. Maybe Nick and Knack have something in the back room, right? Doesn't matter,
I don't want to give it to them.
right?
Yeah, that's a
Doesn't-
bad idea.
I agree, Oz.
But I think it's the difference between them not giving us any jobs anymore and them labeling us as terrorists. Correct?
How about we just figure out who can destroy it and who can't first? Because if the only one who can destroy it is the BMMM, what choice do we have? It has to be destroyed. The High Arcanist indicated that she wanted to destroy it. I don't really see a reason beyond the same that any organization would have why they would lie. Obviously, there's always the chance that whoever we go to is going to try to seize it for their own personal power, but I'm not. That will not leave my sight until it is destroyed. I genuinely invite all of you, even. And he looks very sheepishly over at Hyacinth, even you, to do the same. This is beyond dangerous and is perhaps the single greatest act that we can do for this creature. It has to be destroyed. We all agree on that. We need to find out who can actually do that. If we want to go to the BMMM last, fine. If that puts us on their shit list forever, fine. I don't care. But without it destroyed, all the rest of this is academic. Pardon the location-based pun.
It is also worth mentioning that we are working on behalf of an employer, not the BMMM.
Yes.
Our employment with the BMMM is trading on the good name of somebody else who is employing us.
I appreciate what you are saying, but Lauxius is the further contract we would get from Lauxius for completing this one is not really much of a concern for me right now.
Well, we're all agreed that this needs to be destroyed. Right now, we've got 3 options. The BMMM, the Clerics of Turgle, and the Tower Breakers. What I propose is that we take this thing, we get out of here. Mel, you make your inquiries, I'll make mine, to ensure that what we believe is true. And once we have that information, we can make a choice about what to do with this. As Torek pointed out, if you and I are overestimating the abilities of our organizations and the BMMM is the only option, then that makes our decision easy.
Do you want me to contact the BMMM and ask them anything? We have a sending stone. It probably won't work here, but when we get out of here, I guess it might work here.
I would say absolutely not. We want to delay our contact with them as long as possible.
I agree.
Although that
All right.
raises the point that you have the sending paper that was purchased, if you'd like to.
Yes, I'll begin writing something as we go. Speaking of which, how are we getting out?
It's a good question. Need to start that process.
I guess we start in the direction that I'll point to the body he came from. Or go back the way we came in order.
You remember our friend told us that the shifts
so-
every hour or so.
Mac just
Anybody-
kind of puts up a finger and says, "Might be able to get you back if we hurry."
Okay, yeah. I'll just fucking I guess just carry this body.
All right. Then
I mean,
we
we
better
need
get
the body,
running.
right?
Do we?
I mean, I don't really want to cut
Briefly,
his head
whatever.
off.
No, that's just gross.
Okay, what other how else do you prove that you killed a person?
Oh,
That
God.
usually. I mean, if you don't want to do it, I sure will.
I was just saying carry the body. I was agreeing with you, Hazel.
It's kind of heavy.
Yeah, I can help out with that.
It's just it's just also I've got Hyacinth, they had a wand and a book that is probably your thing. And a cloak, but cloak just has some like spider webs on it.
Another spellbook is always boon.
Yeah. I mean, nobody else can use it, so
Yes, thank you.
guess I'll just like tie the cloak like a sash for now.
Macvic goes to Inks and says, am I gonna get my book back, or
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, thank you. I'm done with it.
thank you. Do you want me to write anything for you or give you any of the notes?
If at all possible.
Yeah, just give me and I don't really have a lot of time.
Yeah,
Wait,
we should work
Uh,
on getting out of here and
Yeah.
doing it quickly. Mel will start for the door.
Yeah, we'll talk in the boat, I think. We'll have a good long chat in the boat when we're out of here and off this fucking island.
Oh, sweet death. Hopefully the boat is still there.
If it's not, then what? Plan. So yes, the boat is still there.
You turn back and you have an odd climb back through the tower where some things have familiarity and some do not. The mild aggressors that cross you are definitely, certainly not so strong as the things at the top of the tower that you are abandoning. And scraping your way through to the the island outside. I need everyone to make con saves or exhaustion.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
Body's heavy.
Oops, I accidentally whispered that.
The body's real heavy, us.
Oh, I've got to roll. Sorry, Ted, I got to roll yours.
It's okay, I got it.
No, I got it. You
Oh,
keep
thank
your
God.
eyes closed. You rolled a 15.
Okay.
All right, that leaves
I'm
Haza.
gonna-
That's me.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Haza as exhausted. Carrying that body is no easy feat, along with the other things that still harass you on your way through. And getting back onto the boat, with the dead passenger and the tall goblin boy, guy, I guess, not child, guy. um, you begin rowing your way back to shore, back to the city, and we will call it there for now as
Huzzah!
the dark
Taylor, I'm
sky
so
of
sorry I
night.
yelled at you. I've been feeling horrible for the past like 20 minutes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Tyler is fine. Hyacinth is angry. I was
Yeah.
about to say, like, as we are walking, like,
So
once we've
sorry.
left the tower, but before we like get to the boat, Hyacinth does like cast a message at Torek and just say, "Our motives may have been different, but we were never not in agreement on what should be done. I don't care what grievances you have with a sect of my people that left the Feywild millennia ago, but you will not point your gun at me again." And that's it.
Since I can respond, Torik's response was only, I wouldn't have shot you. That's it. I still feel bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was very dramatic, and like I was telling Max, like, dramatic is fun. I am cool. I don't worry about it. That was very my heartbeat was definitely up and stuff, so like but it was good. No
I've been
worries.
feeling bad. I've been feeling... we were in. I didn't want to say anything.
Welcome to a Tay game, everybody.
Yeah.
How's everyone doing?
Great.
Sleepy.
Good time.
Alright.
We did it.
I can't believe we are apparently getting out of this tower.
Oh God.
Although I don't want to count my chickens before they're fully hatched, but we're dangerously
I can drive a
close.
boat. I can drive a boat. I have
Yeah.
the proficiency. We can do it.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but I was making you guys roll con saves at 12 DC instead of 10.
Mhm.
But that's still like what only affected Haza.
Look,
Now, it would have affected me.
Oh, you rolled a 10. Oh my god.
Yeah.
look, we're carrying the body.
Okay.
It's fucking heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
We're both exhausted.
yeah. Please take a level of exhaustion, Adam.
Yeah,
Apologies.
absolutely. Yeah, no worries.
Kinda
Both fucking
Yeah.
Kind of love
exhausted.
that narrative though of the two people carrying
Carrying the
exhausted.
goddamn
Oh,
body.
absolutely. And congratulations, you guys will be level 6. Just want to see if I need to do any. And